Namaste, myself Narasimha Murthy, producer and editor of Kannada feature film Old Address, originally titled Halaya Vilasagalu. The story and screenplay of this movie is from my director Dhananjaya Didaga. When the director came to me with this story, I was really amazed because this is based on a true story which happened during the Y2K millennium bug chaos. We all knew what Y2K was, and there was a prediction that it's going to be the end of the world or it's going to take us back to the Stone Age. How would people in a village who don't have much idea about this Y2K bug, but instead were told that this is the end of the world? Surprisingly, when we humans realize that this is the end of the world, all our differences with respect to religion, caste goes away. We all look towards the survival. We all become united. And this is the story which happened. And this movie is based on the true story. Old address. Everybody has an old address. And eventually, if you look back, we all have our roots in village. What happened in our old address during the Y2K millennium bug chaos is the story. And that was really impressive. And hence, we chose to move forward with this movie. With respect to the roadblocks, one of the major roadblocks we faced in this movie is that almost 80% of the cast in the movie are non-actors, which is like 100 people were non-actors, and we had to train them, make them comfortable in front of camera so that they can perform. So that was the major roadblock which we were able to successfully overcome. With respect to managing human resources, the major challenge was training the non-actors. And also, since this entire movie is shot in a village, the village people were fascinated by the concept of shooting, and there would be crowd always. So we had to maintain the crowd and go ahead with our shooting. We are very happy with the way the movie has come out. When the director and I sat with the cinematographer, we discussed on how this movie should look, how should we present it. And we wanted to keep it realistic. We are happy that we have been able to achieve that realism to a very good extent. One of the surprising things about humanity is when we know it's going to be the end of the world, we forget all our differences and we come together for the sake of humanity. And that notion is beautiful. And that's something which happened during the Y2K chaos. And this is a story which I believe everybody can watch and should watch. This movie would take us all back to our roots, which are our Indian villages, and you would get a taste of our Indian village when you watch this movie. So, I personally feel this is something everybody can watch. With respect to the USP of the movie, there's a lot. First and foremost, it being a true story, and we have a lot of non-actors who have performed extremely well. You're going to come across characters which are going to be in your mind even after you walk out of the theater. A message in this is truly worthwhile to ponder about. Humanity is about we as a species being together for the betterment of humanity by keeping aside all our differences. This thought is something to think about, and that's a big USP for us. This is a true story which happened during the supposedly end of world scenario which we are facing now, and how we have to come together keeping aside all our differences for the sake of humanity. And this is something we should watch. Message to the emerging filmmakers: stop dreaming about being a filmmaker, instead be one. Stop thinking about making a movie, just go ahead and make it. And remember one thing, it's going to be a lot of work, so just be prepared for that. Make sure you have the knowledge and the necessary contacts so that you can make a good film and also reach that to the audience. We are very humbled and grateful for the Dada Saheb Phalke Film Festival team for having selected us and also the other films, because that's a great encouragement for all the filmmakers. I would like to convey my gratitude to you guys. Please keep doing the great job you are doing by appreciating and supporting the filmmakers. I really wish you guys succeed in your endeavor and help filmmakers to get recognized and make their movies reach all audience.